What got you interested in coaching?
So my friend asked me if I wanted to do coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and
Here we are.
as I put in the thing, I do esports,
Yep.
and so before I actually found your videos, I was a little bit stuck, I would say,
Yep.
because I think yeah, season 10, and then I found you in around season 11, and then I jumped a whole bunch. I went
Nice.
from like Plat 4, Plat 3, Diamond 5 to Masters, Diamond 3, Diamond 5, and it feels
Nice.
nice to feel my improvement. So,
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations on all the doing that stuff. That's
thank
awesome.
you.
And
And as oh my bad.
no, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Um as for the esports team, our second highest rank is platinum because
Okay.
none of them really can put in the time
Yeah.
to play the game. They're
Yeah.
busy as well. So,
Yeah. That's
I
that's
just
fairly
want to be able to
normal.
help them out too.
Yeah, that's fairly normal. That's not it's not all that different from a lot of collegiate and esports teams that you're with. Okay, so playing DPS. I guess just kind of break me down your when you got started with Overwatch, why you chose DPS. Just give me like the full breakdown.
Okay, I feel as DPS is the role I struggle the most with. It's really hit or miss for me
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I can be hitting most of my shots, playing really well, and then other times not so much, playing bad angles, bad corners,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, and then missing easy shots. I'm relatively new to PC, about
Okay.
a year-ish, I want to say.
Okay. 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 Why did you transition to PC?
Um, to have a more like competitive field because I was on console first. I was on
Yep.
PlayStation. I hit GM rather easy.
Yep.
Uh, and I'm having a lot more fun playing on PC. It just feels more enjoyable to me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So, looking at DPS, Cassidy, Soldier, Genji went to improve at that. So, when you found my content and improved from that, what specific things, if there was any specific thing that stood out to you, really stuck with you, and or what were some things that you specifically improved at from my stuff?
I think playing angles, timing is a big thing. I still struggle with that, but I have been getting better timing.
Yep.
Um, I haven't really played much of Hanzo. That was all like season 8. That's
Yep.
where most of the time was. So
Makes sense.
so far I've only been playing Cass a whole bunch.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And mostly just Cass, you said? Nothing else?
Yeah,
No
just
Soldier, no
mostly
Genji?
him. Sometimes I swap off, like maybe Soldier or go to Genji.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is that also what you play with your team?
Uh, yeah. So in all the roles that I'm in, I'm the top in each one. So wherever they need to put me, I'll be there.
Got it. Okay.
If
So, that I was going to ask that. So, what is your team situation? So, you are the highest rank with your team currently right now.
Yeah, I'm the highest rank in all three.
Okay.
So wherever they need to put me, I'm there.
And then, how often do you guys scrimmage or compete?
Um, we're actually in like a high school setting.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
we scrimmage whenever the tournament starts, so during the school year.
Yeah. And you guys have a weekly game, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, it's every week. I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
ours is every Wednesday.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. So, I guess for goals for you, I think like helping your team to perform and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to be real with you. I think that's going to be in the minority in terms of like your actual goal. I don't think it's a big deal for you. I think you should try to be as good of a team player as you possibly can, communicate, work hard, and all that
Absolutely.
kind of stuff. But obviously, that's if your goals are to get to Grandmaster and compete at a higher level. Time requirements, interest requirements. That's just kind of how it goes with at both, honestly, the high school and sometimes the collegiate level as well. So do your best, be a good teammate, flex and fill, but the vast majority of your time, your focus should be spent on solo queue ranked and improving yourself as much as you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get that. I've season 11 and last season I did most of this solo queue.
Good, good. And how did that end up panning out?
I think it panned out extremely well because I started this season out as plat 4, maybe plat 4,
Yep.
maybe plat 5, and then ended up diamond 3.
Yep, that's great. Huge improvement, huge improvement. But I guess the thing for me is that I knew that already.
Yeah.
But did you enjoy the process? Do you feel like it was productive?
Absolutely. I enjoyed the process. I had a few replay. I had like 2 replays saved, but the patch got rid of them. I was
Yeah,
very sad about that.
that happens. Okay. Alrighty then. So focusing on mostly Cassidy, improving your
Yep.
DPS, taking the right angles, improving timing. It's normal, like you said, to understand something and be like, man, I'm still not doing it right. It's just like anything else. It's like takes
Yeah.
practice, right? It's like
And
any.
one of your Ash videos, not I think it was about the fundamentals of DPS. It was with the
Yep.
League of Legends coach.
Yep.
Um,
Hit fundamentals of hit scan. Yep.
that W key after you hit shots. Oh my god, I struggle with that a lot.
Plat
Still.
magnet. Yep. I've been talking about that for 6 years. It's a tricky one, and it's something that affects everybody. So it's not just you. Alrighty. So Cassidy goals are eventually to hit the Grandmaster. You play around every other day, around 5 hours. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's accurate.
Now, why the
during-
every other day strategy?
It's not like consistent. It's not like I choose to play every other day, but sometimes, some days I just don't feel
Yeah.
like opening Overwatch, and then
Okay.
some days I do. So
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll play it days in a row, and then I won't play it for days in a row.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. What prevents you from playing it? What discourages you from playing it? And be honest with me here. Like even if it's just like I want to hang out with people, like that's important.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's just I wanted to play like Borderlands 2.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. When you start playing and you play for these like long periods of time, whether it's 3, 4, 5 hours, why? Like it sounds like you're going from like I don't want to eat vegetables, and then you just like eat the entire garden. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck, man? So like I guess break me down. Like, is it just getting into the game, and once you're in, you're like chilling and enjoying it?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's just how it is.
Okay. So one of the things that you can do to assist with that, there's a few ways of approaching that. Number one is like get it into a habit to where it doesn't take as much willpower for you to get into the game because it's just what you do at that specific time. Have a routine in a specific time. When it's this time, this is when I do it. And I think that might help with things. The other thing, and this might be the more important thing, is ironically, eating the garden may or may not potentially be the reason why you don't want to eat any vegetables on the off days. Because you don't associate Overwatch with 1 or 2 ranked games and then go play some Borderlands. It's, 5 hours of Overwatch, right?
Yeah,
like
it's a commitment after
it's a huge commitment, right? Like you can't just do a couple of games here and then go and it has to be, or maybe it doesn't have to, but it ends up being this huge commitment. So something to consider is like if you can lower that barrier to entry, jump into Vaxta, warm up for like 3 or 4 minutes, play literally 2 ranked games, and then just call it there if you're not feeling it. That might help with a little bit because I do think consistency goes a long way. You don't have to. But I do think that is one of the low-hanging fruits for you right now.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
And I'm going to sound like your mom here, but 7 hours of sleep isn't enough for somebody your age. It just isn't.
Yeah, 7 hours of sleep.
Not 7. And I think it has to be somewhere in the 8-hour vicinity. Now, that's fairly flexible for some people, but I highly, highly recommend it. If you got the time, make the time.
Okay.
Even 7.5, like that's a lot more sleep. So, okay. It'll make you a better Overwatch player too. Okay, what do people provide more for my team? I want to be able to improve more and have a better understanding of the game. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically make you be really selfish. I'm going to focus on only how to improve yourself as a DPS player, not concerning your high school esports team at all, but knowing that the better player you are, the more help you'll have to your team. If you have any specific questions about communicating or compositions or anything like that, let me know. But for the most part, we're not going to worry too much about that. We're just going to focus on making you as good of a player as we can. Now, I guess pausing there, do you have any questions about that?
I guess comms is a big thing.
Yeah.
So one of my teammates, they really struggle with comms. Is there anything that I can do, or is that just something they have to approach themselves?
Well, I mean, the question is, do they want to improve their communication?
I would say so. Yeah, they've talked about improving it, but sometimes they just stare at the screen and go blank.
So I would talk with them about it and set some goals, maybe. But as long as they're the ones that are like, if they've communicated to you that they do want to improve it, then yeah. If not, then I don't know if you have the authority really to do much with that.
No. Of course not. I'm not gonna force anybody.
Right. No, one thing you can do is exactly what I was asking you to do with the whole off day approach. Make sure that when you talk about communication that you're being specific exactly what you want them to call.
Okay.
And then more than that, make sure that it's something really easy and simple.
Yeah, so like saying someone's low health or saying someone's
Sure, just calling position calls, having them call their ultimate, having call where they are. Like, just pick one of those things that you think would be the most important for your team and just work at that.
Okay.
Because the thing with Overwatch communication is oftentimes it can get really cluttered, and really you don't want too many people talking. You just want people saying the right things.
Yeah.
You know, so I keep that in mind.
Back to Overwatch, one screaming at each other.
Yeah,
saying the
exactly.
same thing.
Exactly. Some of the higher level teams are like ironically a lot more calm than the lower level teams, and there's actually less being said because less is more if it's the right thing to say. So goals here: I want to play angles better with my supports, knowing when to push up, when not to push, positioning, and learning matchups. Okay, so the rest, all of that we'll talk about in the review. But the one thing that we might not touch on in terms of all your questions is specifically the matchups. So talk to me about what matchups are difficult for you or ones that you want to understand better.
I think Cass v Soldier. That's one I struggle with a lot.
Yeah, proximity.
Yeah.
You got to get
usually
close.
lose that most of the time. I just have to kiss him. Okay.
Yeah, you got to kiss him. Like if you don't, like you can play him, like you can tap him, but as soon as he pops down healing station, unless he's 1 HP, you pretty much have to book it. So like long range, I wouldn't even try. Mid range, I would only try if I have a huge advantage, and then again, if he gets the healing station and starts like regenerating, you just kind of give up. Short range, it doesn't matter what he does, you should win that.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what he does, he should win that. So yeah. I mean, you could high noon medium to long range if there is that option. I mean, unironically, like it is okay, but yeah, he can't kill you fast enough. But yeah, okay. Any other questions, matchups?
I think Kiri as well. He's a hard target to hit. Should I go for her head or aim for her thighs? Because I remember her thighs are like bigger than her head.
Yeah. I would say head is probably fine. Okay. Head is probably fine, especially if you're playing in a range where you can hinder, right? Force Suzu or at least slow her down towards easier to headshot. I wouldn't overthink it. The big thing with Curie is, again, it's going to be that proximity, right? Like, you really don't want to play patty cake with her anything. She might even be more dangerous than Soldier at longer ranges. Like, you really got to respect her. So, like, just short, medium, she's okay. But short, again, you have a massive advantage.
Yeah. That's all for matchups.
Okay.
Those two are the ones I struggle with the most. Yeah,
Kiriko is a good duelist, but remember, you force her out, you're doing damage afterwards. She's useless as soon as she's TP'd out. So, like, it's like you're doing your job. So, okay. All right. I don't have anything else. If you want to look at some, we can either do live coaching or we can look at replays. It's whatever you want to get done today.
I think Gibraltar is the better replay here. I struggled a lot. First point we did pretty well, but last point on our side we did pretty bad.
All right, shoot it my way and we'll take a look.
Okay. Does it matter if I send it to you all caps?
No, doesn't matter. Now you struggled here.
Absolutely.
And that's why you want to take a look at it.
Yeah, I struggled here and I didn't.
Well, why do you think you struggled here? Because I mean, as soon as you pulled up Gibraltar, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be hard.
I didn't play this map very well. This is one of the maps that I struggle with. This and Junkertown are the two most. I do okay on Route 66. I know that's a hard map for Cass, but
yeah,
I watched that one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's long and vertical, not your cup of tea. The good news is that there are ways to close the distance. There are angles and flanks that you have to do, or you can do, but you're gonna need to be creative because first off, you're not gonna want to peek Widow or Ana for that matter at any long range. In addition to that, D.Va's going to give you grief if she catches you in the short angles. So you're going to be limited by your creativity. The good news is that if you catch Sombra, Ana, Juno, or Widow with a pants down, they're dead instantly. Yep. So your ability to take space is going to be really, really, really your limitation here. Like here is fine, poke out some poke damage, poke out the D.Va. But really, like, once you know they're on Widow, and you should know they're on Widow here, you need to be in... Like, even this is probably really not worth your time.
Okay.
So the question is then where do you go?
From here? I guess from there I saw Widow. I guess I would do this.
Yeah, it's fine, right? Why? Because what's the range here?
It's like short, medium. I can pressure Widow.
Right.
Unless, if I make a big mistake, she'll maybe one-shot headshot me, but I can...
It's an ego duel. But I'm always cool with 50-50s if there's no other option available. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not cool with stupid duels. This is not stupid. If this Widow's good and you're good, if this Widow's GM and you're GM, if this Widow's top 500 and you're top 500, this still is like a fairly reasonable risk to take, right? Now, my only concern here is this only works if the D.Va doesn't mark you here. So I think it's like kind of being aware of where are your threats and then making a decision accordingly. Okay. As soon as I say that, right?
And I messed up, yeah.
And now you're cooked, right? Well, maybe not. Your team has done a great job supporting you. Okay, maybe you're just the GOAT, actually. But yeah, you kind of understand what I'm saying. You got to be aware of.
I messed up there, but my team peeled for me.
Yeah, so. your team bailed you out, right? So I think when I say be aware of your threats, maybe the simplest way of looking at it is not being aware of your threats, but being aware of your threat. One.
Yeah.
So, like, if you just want to work on practicing where's the Widow or where's the D.Va, that's probably already a leg up from what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Like, right now, you see this. What's immediately open for you right now? You should probably just shoot Sombra here, but, like, let's say Sombra wasn't here. What could you do?
I could go left, right?
Right. You can control this angle, make a play here. Yeah, exactly. You don't really need to because you just have value from where you're existing. But, yeah, something to be aware of. And then I like this here. I think, again, here, like, this also means that you can go here and sit quietly here. You have to utilize your range here. If you sit here and that Widow starts to peek, again, we're going to have the same issue, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of cruise because if there's nothing major to talk about, we'll choose our battles. I like you repositioning the top. That's good. And, again, here,
My first compliment.
You can poke here. Yeah, well, congratulations. There's going to be few and far between. No, but you could poke here if you'd like to. Because, again, it's D.Va, but it's D.Va from range, so you're good.
Yeah. And then if she pushes me, she can't push anybody else for a little bit.
And she can't kill you. That's the thing, right?
Yep.
You don't care about a tank pushing you. A tank pushing you is honestly a good thing. You just don't want to die.
Yeah.
And so that's when you need to manage your range. Yep. And so you have some scouting here. You know where D.Va is, right?
Yep.
So actually going back here is a mistake.
Oh, okay.
You have the angle here. It's open. You know where D.Va is. Go capitalize off of this because what's your range here again? You see?
Close, medium.
Close, medium, right? So you have your choice of an angle. Yeah. Choose the angle here. Your Doomfist is making the right decision and you're not. This isn't bad value, right? Like, it's fine, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. I could have stopped.
And that's it. That's it, exactly. And now you're cooked, right? Because you look to push, but you don't have space anymore, and then now you're just dead. So we'll move along.
Yep.
Okay. Now this gets even harder.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for our team to group here. Where do you need to rotate to? Really important.
From here, I think I would rotate to the left room, maybe try to catch Widow if she tries to go over there.
Why is left room better than where you're at right now?
Because I am not seeing anything but a D.Va on my right side. And even if I peek from here, this is not my range.
That's it. The best thing about left side is regardless of the D.Va, it's still an angle different from where the majority of your team is playing. So if you're here, it's an angle. But not only is it an angle, which we love, but it's exactly what you've already said. It's better range. This is actually further than where you are, but this isn't really what we're thinking about, is it? It's actually this that we're thinking about, right? Yep. And that's what's actually effective with your character. Like your character, let's not lie. This is not a good hero for Gibraltar, right? But what this is going to make you do is this is going to make you problem solve and make you better at Cassidy in all maps, having to think outside the box here. So like you're getting value here. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just, again, not enough. And so if we pivot things away from staring directly at D.Va Matrix, I mean, come on.
That's a free noon.
That's a free noon. And that's a free drop if you really want to go crazy. Heck, you don't even need to go here. You could even peek. I am totally lost in the sauce. Okay, I'm still lost in the sauce. Okay, here we go. You could even peek here and snipe out here, which is like, that's not that great. But at least you're rotated away from D.Va as well, right? Like the key thing here is like...
than what I'm doing right now.
Right. It's an angle. It's not a very good ranged angle, but at least it's an angle here. But this is like, staring at Matrix sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, I didn't think about it, but yeah, that's also another matchup I struggle with. Don't mind the solo noon.
I mean, listen, a kill's a kill, you know? Yeah, I mean, D.Va's rough. Your best defense versus D.Va is just to not be around D.Va. And then we drop for some reason, and then we die. You should have just, I think, just push this way, right? The Juno kind of goes in one at a time after you, and it's silly. Now, this is all right. Why? Is this an angle? Yes. Is this effective range? Actually, yes. At least versus the target that you're looking versus, right?
Yep.
So, now could you go top here? Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the problem with this?
I'm open and nobody can see me.
Open versus who? Versus who?
Widow and
Widow,
Sombra.
Ana, and so on. Right, exactly.
Yep.
This is the problem. So you could just keep poking. So you just keep poking, you keep poking, and then when you get space, when she drops here, then what do you do?
When D.Va came up here?
Yeah, so when you poked out the D.Va, she dropped the point. So then what do you do?
Oh, I could have took a more aggressive angle here, right?
You see? You're able to get the angle that has better proximity.
Yep.
It's like poetry.
Yep. And then I die.
I mean, this is... I mean, I guess you're getting Juno ult, but we're shooting down a Matrix and peeking down main. Sometimes it's the space is just more important than the ultimate. That's really the case. Like, I appreciate the attempt here, but right now, where do we need to be? Like, now.
I need to rotate left up to
You
those
got
stairs.
it. Up the stairs. Get out of here. Get here. Get here. Like, even if you could just poke D.Va from here, where like I know that she can't commit on me. This is so scary. Like, this is just praying the Widow misses or the D.Va doesn't decide to shoot you. And even if they don't, you're still not getting as much value. See, that's the thing is it's not just, oh, you will die if you're here. You'll also just won't do much. And then obviously here, the voices are speaking to you. You need to listen. Where should you go?
I got no. She's good.
Yeah, get up here.
Just standing there.
Go be a rat. Go be a rat.
Yep.
Get her. You know, I don't care if she's in for sights. Go get her.
I guess so.
You know, nice shots, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I think Cassidy can be pretty tough, but there's, again, still solutions.
Yeah, this is where I struggled the most on attack. I should have flanked.
Take your time.
Sorry,
No, it's fine. I figured IRL stuff, it happens. So,
Alright.
you were saying from here I should have, and then
flanked. I should have flanked left and then into this room.
you can hold this room. Even take this position up top. Because like, oh, Widow, but Widow's not going to peek you at this angle. And if she does, then you drop, and then you just avoid her LS and poke out tank, right? Heck, you could even roll the dice, flank here, listen very carefully for D.Va Matrix or boosters, and then take a position here. Is it risky? Remarkably risky, but it's worth it. This is insane. I think you're rotating here, which is nice, but yeah. All right. Nice. I mean, it's just okay. At least you're playing your range, and you are playing an angle, right? Now here, you gotta go. You can't do this.
I need to run.
No, you can't do this. Oh, there you go. You're saying Azia. I'm definitely pushing here if I'm you.
Oh yeah.
I think the voices say push. Oh no, the voices lied. Okay. No, yeah, I think you're okay. But again, you're okay because look at the distance between the two, right? You're not gonna get punished for this. You walk forward with your Winston. Yeah, this has been an all right last 30 seconds. I think this has been pretty good.
The voices.
Always listen to the voices. They always speak the truth.
Of course.
Don't chase. It's not your job. I know why you're chasing. You hear Sombra, right? I gotta peel. No, you don't. That's their job. Your job is to make sure that there's no follow-up over here. Because, number one, you're crossing the open to get there. Number two, by the time you get there, she'll either have killed somebody or will be killed without your help. And number three, we need you to make sure that the rest of the backline, tank line, doesn't fall forward, or you need to be following up off this dive here. If you were here, then it's your job to deal with Sombra, but you're not, so it's not.
Yeah.
Convenience is value. Convenience is value. So if you're not there, then it's not your job. You're not there. This is a waste of time. And now you might die. You see it?
Yep.
If this is where you wanted to be, then you should have been here in the first place. Otherwise, you're over here. You see what's happened?
Yep.
You got the kill even, right? The problem is all the value that you didn't get. Okay. Where do you need to be?
I think I need to go into the room on the left and go high ground here.
Yeah, honestly, even Cook over here, right? Divas demech, you can cause all sorts of chaos in short range, right?
Yeah.
Like you are a menace at that range. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this. It's too far. If there were no other options, or you could get like 5-10 meters closer, it would be like maybe a 50-50. You know, she is a little bit unaware of where you were, but no, it's just not worth it.
It's not.
It's just not worth it. Okay, so we're gonna hold here, right? Right? Yes. Okay. Let's continue. See how simple this is.
Yep.
Where's the threat and/or enemy positions? What angle should you play? Knowing that you're generally going to be shorter range than most of the characters that you're playing, except versus the tank. Where do you need to go? Take space. Where do you need to go? Take space. Like right now.
I'm not doing anything but pushing cart.
Right. Somebody.
I could poke. I could poke right, or I could go left with Winston. I would rather poke right.
Why?
Because I think that's a little too far from where Winston is.
Right. I also think Widow, right? No? Because like I think if you
Widow.
peek this here, you're kind of cooked. So
Yeah.
maybe mid-fight.
Here,
There's
just poke a little bit.
By the way, there's a reason why people roll out top in higher levels as well. Because if you look at where your Genji's at, this would rock if you could get here. This would be sick, right? You would have to be worried about this here. But you could peek. You can actually poke these guys out from a better sightline without peeking their widows easily. Something to consider, right? And this is kind of like what you have to do. I'm giving you the life hack to this map, but you need to figure this out in all maps. What are your options, right? What are like when I'm dealing with a bad situation, like how do you figure it out? You know?
Yep.
Because this is like, it's not bad. You're hitting shots, but you're not really controlling any space. You could have just died to an anti-nade diva or a Widowmaker there, and now you're stuck in cart, and so like. You're just spectating the fight. You're not getting out. You should have gone for the fan roll fan. Okay. Let's I don't hate this. You know, the range on the Widow feels good. The range on the Diva feels good. And there you go, right? Shocker. And better than that, you also have space to like actually keep doing stuff, you know? Keep going. Keep your distance here and just keep poking. Pokety poke. Yeah. Good. Widow's dead. Where should you be?
I could either go left or I could just drop here, maybe.
Right here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, go up.
You're now the sniper. I'm the sniper now, right? So now you could go right, but Widow will come back, and maybe this is just a little too far. But yeah, like I think. You're dead. You should be dead. You see it?
Yeah.
You gotta take space.
She should have absolutely killed me there.
And even though she doesn't, you're still not getting value. It's not like, oh, I dodged a bullet. No, you're dead. Like your team is now dead. You have not controlled no space. So unless somebody makes some crazy play, this fight's lost.
Yeah.
There it is, right?
Yep,
now, can you make the best of a bad situation? Because this sucks. But surely it's not. You're not just go home and never play Overwatch again. I mean, surely there's something you can do from here. Like surely there's somewhere you can go, right? What do you think?
I think I should get off the cart because if we do win this fight, cart is guaranteed anyways.
Genius.
And I think I should go either right, over there. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's good. Love it. Give me a higher risk play. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to set up.
Just maybe go left here.
Like here, in here.
Yeah.
Could work. You get
Kinda like
isolated to
go-
Diva because you're moving towards Diva. I don't love it, but I appreciate you thinking. You ready for this?
Okay.
Take too long. That's worth considering.
Oh, I see. I see.
I don't think that's necessary because you just go right, like you said, immediately, and this is good value. That's worth considering. Maybe if you had time to set up pre-fight. But ironically, I would prefer that than what you do here. I really would.
Yeah.
A bad angle with bad setup is worse than a good angle that takes too long to set up. I'd rather you take too long to set up on a good angle than not set up at all. All right, you got to figure this out. What are you going to do? You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. What are you going to do? 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 This is the moment of truth right here.
Yeah. Gotta go.
I don't hate this, right? You're waiting for space so that you can rotate. I don't know what the heck she was doing there. That was the toss. So the Widow thankfully creates the angle for you by rotating directly into you, so that was nice of her. Okay, problem solve. I know why you're here, but I hate it. Problem solve.
Okay. Why? Probably take high ground. Stop being on cart. We already have 2 on cart.
Yeah, get here. Get here. Get here. Listen for Widowmaker. Listen for Diva. Get here. Listen for Widowmaker. Listen for Diva. Get here. Listen for Widowmaker, Diva. Or get here. Listen for Widowmaker and Diva. Right? Like this is not easy to push here. Right? There are so many options. Go explore it. Give it a shot.
Yeah, and then I just do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But at least you're moving the cart 15% faster.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
I can tell.
What do you think?
Yeah, this is where I struggled a lot. I would, I guess, push up a little bit further, maybe into the med pack room, or just go full left for a flank.
Okay, so what do you think about the quality of this angle if you were here?
I think it'd be pretty good. I can't see Sombra because I think she's invisible there. But
are you playing your range and playing an angle?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think this would be good. I think this would be probably your best bet, actually. I mean, you're working uphill. This is tough, but it's good. It's good. And then your option to, like, do I want to go crazy and, like, hard flank backline here? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Good recognition. Nice job. And their Cassidy being on Cassidy makes things even simpler, right? Because now I wouldn't necessarily snipe, but I really don't have to worry about longer sightlines, right?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about my head getting popped off.
Right, so I could even rotate where now? Not immediately now, but soon.
I can rotate to the right, maybe high ground.
Yeah, maybe get high ground right up here. Maybe not right now, but at some point.
Yeah.
Yep, go for it. Do it. I think you need to go. Rotate away from that Diva, into that Sombra, right? And start popping. Especially with Noon.
Yep.
Heck, you can even sit here, and yeah, you're like nasty range here, but just Noon right here.
Yep. I'm putting pressure on all of them. They have to go hide, and then my Winston can force them out.
You got it. You got it.
And then
I mean, this is just a huge problem with Nano Diva nade. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
it's just too close. Like, if you were to get close, at least roll the dice and do something ganky here, right?
Yeah.
This is never going to work.
Yeah, right in front of the Diva.
It's just never going to work. Yeah, you have to. You either need range or you need subtlety. One or the other. This is all right for now. See, the difference between this and cart is what? What's the difference? 2 differences.
I can only see Diva here unless I looked further left.
Okay. But are you playing your effective range on her as opposed to the previous fight?
I think I'm playing more my effective range instead of playing hers right now.
Okay.
Instead of kissing her.
You notice the angle here you have as well, as opposed to just kind of like sitting on a cart. It's decent. It's decent. It's uncreative, but this will work. This will work. In theory, you can do more damage than their hits can to your tank, so you will win the tank trade. You see it?
Yep.
Just by a little bit, but just by enough. I like this rotation from you as well. This is a good fight. Because now that you have high noon, maybe going back high ground behind you is not good anymore, right? Maybe this is the angle to play. Don't chase her. Yeah, there you go. Don't chase, trade. I hate to say it, but the last 2 fights you played well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. It just makes me agony. I'm not going to sleep all the night, but I'm going to have to. I have to tell the truth. So you played a good cover. You've taken the appropriate, if uncreative, angle, and that's all there really is to it. Now you have noon. Where should you go?
I should go high ground.
You should go high ground. That's right. No way. This guy's not that smart, right?
No, absolutely not.
No, you're not. I knew it.
I W key.
And again, if you were going to W key here, where do you W key to?
A W key away from the Diva Bomb.
Right here, angle.
Yep.
This is where you clutch this fight at this range. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen here. It's not gonna happen anywhere else.
Yep.
Surely we'll get it this time. No, surely we'll get it this time. This is fine. This angle is good. Just keep poking. Keep poking. You could even noon from that if you want to.
Once again.
It's the proximity, right? You're just walking directly into Diva. Let's be honest, there's not a lot of angles here. There's not a lot of subtlety allowed outside of this high here, or maybe this angle here, like mid-fight. But then if there's no subtlety, they just hold the corner and shoot the tank better than the enemy Cassidy because you have a slight off angle. Even nooning from here would be useful, right? It's the proximity thing, kind of like what we talked about earlier with the plat magnet. Okay, so we've got options here. We can look at another replay code, or we could do some live coaching. Your choice.
Just a quick one more replay code. It's Suravasa.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Here, copying it right now.
Yeah, no worries. Any questions?
I guess nothing about me, because all of it has been pretty straightforward. I need to take more off angles, need to be more creative instead of just sitting on cart, which I did like for 4 fights ish.
Not always, but sometimes it feels a little bit like when you take a flank, it's with the intention of killing a specific target.
Yeah.
You'll be like, that person I want to kill, that Widow, Ana, whatever. And so you go kill them, right?
Yeah.
But instead it should be like, this is a good angle. Let's see what's available.
Yep. Okay.
That's kind of like the mindset shift minorly. And I think crucially also looking at the situation and thinking about like, what range do I want to play here? Like, this is a great composition. It won't always be this easy, but the enemy comp here is pretty simple to solve, right? What should you never do versus this composition usually?
Never play main.
Never play main?
Play open, because if I play open, the Junkrat's going to rip into me. The
That's right. That's right. And you need a pretty good reason to close the distance, because if you got 5 characters that are better in melee range, or at least 4, then you're probably going to want to keep your distance. Doesn't mean you can't close the distance on Junkrat or Bastion. Again, you just got to be subtle about it. Let's see what we got here. But even before you know their comp, you're already on the angle, and we love to see it. I see this. What should you do right now?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Guess just stay here.
Stay here. All right. It's Diva. Don't walk forward. Stand on this corner and poke. Poke. Keep poking. Poke. Yeah. Be careful. Maybe even save your roll. Do you see how much space you're controlling right here? Because how much damage has the Junkrat done to you? How much damage have you done to the Junkrat?
He's done nothing to me. I've done half of his health-ish.
Right, and you're keeping these guys stuck here. So then how dangerous is the Junkrat and the Bastion spam? Well, not really, right? It's just not all that useful, right? And then if the Diva dives you, do you die? No. Because you got cover, you've got distance, you've got roll. So just stand here and shoot. Keep shooting. And you see, look at the HP trades, right? Your hog took damage. Like, let's not lie here. But you are in a much better position to win this fight because your initial rollout and you just held the corner and you shot. This is, oh man, this is going to be hurt to say it. This is really good. And then as you walk forward, they walk backwards. Just me, you walk forward. You just keep shooting. Play the corner, keep shooting. No. Just stay here and shoot. Just stay here and shoot. And if you want to push, do you push like this? No. If you wanted to push here,
go on point, or I go.
Yeah.
I'd
Heck,
go
even
on
here,
point.
right? Like even here, right? Like it's still close, but at least it's an angle. That's the thing, right?
Yep.
So. Yep. Keep going. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. There it is. You see it? Why is the Bastion not walking forward? Come on, Bastion. Coward. You see it? He's scared.
Yep.
He's scared. He's scared. He's terrified. He's not controlling space, you are. And by the way, notice that the Junkrat actually started, doing things. Look what happened with the Junkrat. Watch. He's playing outside of his effective range, but he's like actually doing damage now because he hasn't been sitting on main now. He's actually controlling space. Look at that. But it's too late. It's too late because you've been doing it since the start of the VOD. Nobody here. And you're just dominating. Easy. I mean, you see the difference here. It's like legit night and day. Obviously, on this map, it's much easier because the verticality isn't there. So you pretty much just kind of go wherever you want. I mean, let's be honest. This is insane. But you know what? You did it with an angle with both CDs. I don't even care. I really don't care. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It worked out.
If you're going to be a madman, do it on the flank. Not here. You see? You're like, oh, this wasn't that crazy. It was, though, because you walked into D.Va and a Junkrat.
Into main.
He wasn't even aiming for you. This guy doesn't even know what he was aiming at. He's like, maybe they're over there. They're there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Calculated, right? But yeah. Okay. Any questions?
Nothing about this, but I would skip maybe a little head into like halfway through second point here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like here-ish?
Yeah.
What the frick is going on here?
Pressuring Junkrat.
Yeah, this is fine. It's risky though. Like I don't know how well you'll be able to clear this angle, so this might be where you have to kind of like poke a soft angle here instead. I mean, it's just scary, right? Junk has the advantage here, right? That's just kind of how it is. So then either you control and poke a soft angle here, or you take an entirely different flank. It might take you too long to get there, though, so this is okay. Listen. He's out. High noon right now.
Okay.
I think the one thing that you need to point out is that high noon is your sniper angle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's my sniper angle. I was actually just about to ask about that after the
Yeah.
VOD ends.
Yeah. High noon is your sniper angle.
High noon a lot.
High noon's your sniper angle. Like, I wouldn't overthink it, really. If you see an opportunity to control space or cause some chaos, you don't even need to chase a kill. Because even if you don't get a kill here, you know what's going to happen. They're all going to press S. They're going to isolate this poor D.Va, and she's going to die. That's all that you need. And it's also going to create space for you, too, because they're all going to back out, and maybe you can actually walk forward and take a closer off angle without getting smoked by this Mercy soldier, right? Because now the situation's changed. Now it's like, where's my close angle here? Well, Noon's going to solve that for you. If you didn't have Noon, you'd have to, like, close the distance here. It would be ugly, right? It'd be very ugly.
Yeah.
And this is just, effective range, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, this is over. This is just, there's nothing to say here because you guys were down 1 or 2 from the start of the fight, so. Okay. Yeah, sure. No soldier. Effective range, distance on D.Va, on an angle, well timed. Love to see it. Only thing I would say here is do the Spylo special. Hold still.
Oh, still.
Don't strafe. I get 2 taps all the time when I play Cassidy, even though my mechanics are terrible because I just stand still when they don't know where I am. It's crazy how much easier it is. Yep. Yep. Go get him. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Go get him. Right? You're fine. So go through this door, crouch. Roll in his face, light him up like a Christmas tree. He's done. Yeah, you just took it wrong. I mean, that's a 2v1, and then maybe even catch res here. I mean, you're cooking, right? But we talked about the matchup already, so that's all right. Good stuff on the angle, though, and good stuff on the Kiriko. Well done. Ah, yes. Be careful of D.Va. But crouch here and listen. See, the best thing, this is why timing matters so much, because if you time things well, you'll have more confidence that D.Va won't be as much of a concern.
Yep. And I've been holding on to Noon since first point.
Right. This is hard, right? That damage boosted soldier, it's rough. And then now the Junkrat's on the angle, so it's too late. I actually don't hate this. This is you trying to rotate around the Junkrat. Go, go. Heck, you could just noon that if you want to. That's fine. Good. Good. Noon. Noon. You see it?
Yep.
It doesn't have to get a kill. It just has to create space, and I promise you that would have worked. Okay, this is fine. I like the window that you peeked, though, in terms of the angle, right? A little bit off from main, a little bit away from D.Va. Nice. You need to create some space here. This is too close. Nice. Oh, you are cooking. You are cooking. You're absolutely smoking it. This is chasing a kill. Be careful. Oh, what? Okay, casual toggle. Hello. Oh my gosh, you shot that on purpose too. I thought you were aiming for somebody else. Okay. Okay. I hear you.
I think my mechanics are fairly well for how new I am to PC, but here, this is dumb.
Well, I think it's dumb because I think he knows you're there. I think this can work if you catch him off guard. But yeah, you need to be sneaky Sam here. Like,
yeah.
Flash fan, hinder, whatever, you know. It's not too bad because he has to walk out of the choke into you rather than vice versa, but yeah. This is fine. Shooty. You're a little close in front of your tank. There you go. Don't want to really be here. Ah! Yeah, it's just too much of main.
Yep.
Like, I think once you saw your team there, you need to back off and then reevaluate your angle. Like, this is Overwatch 2 complexity. It's especially in a match like a map like Flashpoint, stuff gets crazy. Stuff gets devolved. You have to, left is good. Wait, no, stop. Left is bad, idiot. Right? But it was just good. Shut up. It's bad now, right? Like, that's kind of like what happens. Like, you have to constantly adjust. I mean, think about what happened with the, shoot. It was like, where was it? Yeah, it was like here, where you were like, oh, shoot the D.Va. Wait, I'm going to go for the soldier. Oh, wait, no, I'm a coward and stupid, so I'm going to go shoot the D.Va. Oh, wait, now I want to take the angle. Oh, no, it's too late. Soldier's there, or Junkrat's there now. So instead, I'm going to wrap all the way around behind. Junkrat knows I'm here, but I can poke him out, so Junkrat rotates away. So then I poke him out, and then I take the angle here, and then I'm going to rotate to here, and then rotate to here. And then honestly, instead of pushing the point, you maybe even wanted to consider rotating here instead. Like, it's complicated, right? It's like an art. You got to flow, right? But for you, it's like you got to be constantly evaluating your decision in the moment. And I think that's going to take some practice. Yeah. Like, even right now, this does not spark joy. Because you're looking uphill into a Junkrat that you know is there. I know your Sigma's there, but I don't think this is great. Where should you be instead?
I could go around to maybe point-ish to, I guess,
just
poke out.
You could. This isn't too bad. You can also sniff out Soldier here as well. You didn't necessarily know that he was there, but if he's not there, then this is still good, right? There's yep. Call this the Junkrat S effect. Everybody just presses S. Because this is tough. Like, Junkrat is a bit of a menace here, right? And then ironically, you're still far away from Soldier, so it's like... The Junkrat's already won them the fight.
Yeah.
Because he's wasted so much of your time and like taking so many resources without even hitting a shot. And your angle's still not good. Yay, we used Noon. Let's go. It took us 1, 2, 3 ults.
It took us 3 points.
Yeah, it took us 3 ults versus 1 to win that one. But we'll take it. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. This is fine. Careful about getting too close. This is fine. Create some distance here. And then again, like, you got to be able to rotate. So given what you see right now, where do you rotate to? 2 choices.
I guess I'd rotate right because I see Soldier and Ramatra there. I could rotate right where I have the advantage against him, and I could pressure the Soldier and then the Mercy.
Let's be honest, this is pretty much a suicide mission, but it's also major reward.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're able to get on an angle and you're able to close the distance on the Sojourn Mercy. There is a chance that you're probably going to die here, but you're also probably going to create a butt ton of space. What's your other option? Lower risk, lower reward?
I could just go, I think, left here.
You got it. Rotate towards point. Yep, rotate towards point. It's a little far, but at least it's a bit of an angle, right? But you need to go now. Right? You see? The risk is there, but the reward isn't. Yeah. Good. Okay, then he's not there. He's rotated away, so we go back main. Now we have angle on main. So you could just sit here and park it here, right?
Yep.
Not here. Because here's what happens. You sit here and shoot. What happens? They die, right?
Yep.
What's your other choice? Your other option for your angle?
I could go right here and maybe try to get a
You're right. Mark here, and then guess what happens when you go right? Merry Christmas.
Oh, yep. I would have caught.
See,
soldiers.
this is your defensive. Do you remember the Sombra on 3rd point defense Gibraltar?
Yeah.
You make your choice, and then you get your value from there. And sometimes you'll run into people trying to get value on your team, and you'll accidentally defend your team. You understand?
Yep.
That's all that matters. Pick your angle, get value from your angle. That's how you defend. Where should you go? Tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tricky. I'd
Here,
say
right?
the stairs, yeah, go over there,
but
but
it's
that's kinda
hard.
far, right?
But wait a
So
second. What if you kept rotating?
Yeah.
What if you use your heal passive, right? Is it risky? Of course it is. But is the reward high? Yes. But there's another option too. What do you see?
Ooh. I guess go left.
You could start rotating here early. Maybe get here.
Yeah.
This is not scary. This is not Junkrat anymore. It's a Sojourn. Heck, you could even rotate with your Rhine now and then split off late, right?
Yep.
Something to consider.
Yeah.
Ended up getting too close to Ram, but yeah.
I tend to do that with tanks.
Pre-fight setup. You've got time. You got to prime predict where things are going to get messy. I like it. I like it. It might be a little bit long, but it might not. Yeah, feels good, doesn't it?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask you to do something in about 2 seconds, and you can probably guess me. We'll guess what I'm going to ask you to do.
Is it by chance noon?
Press the noon. The space is there. The cap is there if you want it, right? Your team is attacking from main. Your team is attacking from point. There is nowhere that this Ramacha can go. There's nowhere this Valking Mercy can go that you can't shoot them. So they're either going to die to your Rahag or they're going to die to you. And then you lose the angle. You want that tank, man. You want that tank. And then you die to both the tank and their off angle. Yeah. It's all right. That's why we're here. Wait. Did you get resin to death? Resin to death. I love Nano Ram. Love it. Tough to retake space here. How do you help your team take space here?
Here?
You're down a few, first off, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, we're down a few. So I could set up on the left here. Since we're down a few, we're going to be trying to regroup. I could try to go over there, try to set up.
Merry Christmas. You see it?
Yep.
It's risk. High risk, high reward.
Yep.
But
Much
it's a
better than what
reward.
I'm doing now.
Much better. And ironically, much less risky. That's the funny thing.
Yep.
Do it. I can smell a noon here. I can smell it. You're gonna get noon and then you're gonna get slept. That's my prediction. Oh no, you're not. You're not. I think it's okay. What I might do here is pop noon more of like a scare tactic because Ana is just a problem, right? So pop noon now and just be like, hey, woo! Play the corner.
Over here!
Play the corner and just kind of play your HP, play the corner or whatever, and see what happens. Because it'll create space. It will create space, and if you can jiggle this corner here, because your movement speed's going to increase, right? You can definitely bait sleep dart and be fine. And even if it gets no kills, it's probably better than what you're doing. That being said, what you're doing is still fine. Like if you didn't have noon, this is still fine. I respect this a great deal.
Yeah. Even if I waited a little bit, even after I got the med pack, ulting there would have applied much more pressure than what I did.
Yeah, I really am. Even this rotation here, like you've like they've rotated away from you, and so then you have space to rotate here, and this takes guts to be able to do this rotation mid-fight. But I think it's the play, and I'm sure that you're gonna noon this. Yeah, there you go. This is good. This might be your best fight in this entire game.
Okay, okay.
Even though you haven't gotten a single kill, your strategy has honestly single-handedly won you this fight because they came into this fight with Visor, Sojourn, Map Control, and you guys had Visor and were trying to retake space with a Roadhog. I don't even know how you managed to retake the space, but it's been basically you and your soldier doing all the deadlifting here. This is really good. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Like that's a monstrous play right here. And the best part about this is instead of doing what you did here, given your HP and the range that you see, where should you go?
I'd go further left.
Further left. Merry Christmas, right? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas if you can get there, right? You got it. You just keep going.
I'm getting jumped by a soldier in here.
You're right. You can't, and the thing is, not just the Sojourn, but you really can't contest these people at this range, right?
No,
at least not two of them, right? So that being said, you guys still might win this because I think you did a really good job when like creating space here. Like you honestly deadlifted this fight. You should feel really good about this. Again, like ill to my stomach saying that, but you know, it's but it was a really clean fight for me. Really, really, really clean fight. Yep. You can poke out the ram, rotate away from the ram. I say the Malga. You need to keep rotating. You need to keep rotating. I think you could have even held top if you kept rotating.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep rotating away.
I was just terrified of Mogma.
Yeah. I get you. But once he's used his big slam, like he can't keep up with you. You're gone. And then it's like really scary. Like, do I keep rotating after this jackass, or like, do I go to point? Like, what do I do? He's gonna go to point, and then you just go right back to where you started. And then if you do drop, that's okay. But what do you need to do right now? Right now.
I need to start grabbing an angle here.
Right.
Maybe
back retake left. Right. Start your flank here.
Just
you know,
get
like
off of main.
Yeah, get out of here because this is so scary. It just okay. At least
No value.
Yeah, you're thinking about chasing kills, but you're like, man, I'm gonna get pincered. I'm gonna get shot in both directions. And the funny thing is you've gotten not a ton of value. But if you just rotated with your roll, you would already be here with both of your abilities in full HP.
Yep.
Like, you're like, oh, I don't want to rotate. Well, guess what? You had time.
Yep.
And you wouldn't have to stare into this. Because this is like, you know, the Roman Colosseum, and they give you, like, a spear and just, like, to throw at random members of the crowd who have, like, shotguns. It's like, man, good luck with that. It's honestly a miracle that you guys even won that. But yeah, well done. Yeah, mechanics look clean. I think, like I said, the big thing is just like, what's the space that you're controlling? And I think you understand the basic principles. You just need to keep kicking yourself in the pants. And more importantly, you need to be able to be okay with making mid-fight rotations.
Yeah,
like
the
battlefield's changed. Yeah, so think about the first point, Gibraltar. Remember when you dropped on the point after taking top? Okay. Yep. Widow's on top. What should you do? You took you about 3 seconds to say underneath right. Guess what? That's correct. So why did you go there? You get what I'm saying? It's like that's kind of what you need to be pushing yourself to do. And then honestly being a little bit more disciplined with playing your effective range versus things like tanks and soldiers and widows and so on. Okay, so Cassidy, we'll say keeping an eye on angles for effective range versus tanks, snipers, etc. But also, more importantly, taking angles, rotating as necessary, problem solving the map situation constantly, and finally, use the freaking noon when your angle is good.
Yeah, I need to press Q more. I've just been holding on to it for so long.
It opens up more sniper options, so leverage that as best as you possibly can. But I really think that's like your big tool. Just kind of like how roll and hinder is like your tool to play in shorter ranges. That's your tool to play in longer ranges. So you have like that's kind of like your tool to kind of, depending on the situation, to kind of adjust how you want to do each fight. So, okay. Any questions?
As for communication,
Mm-hmm.
Just the basic things will be okay to work on for
Yep.
just me and our
Absolutely.
team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like just the basic things are the most important things to the highest level. So if like you snap your fingers and you're playing at the highest collegiate level like 2 years from now, just learning and practicing the basics is really what makes you a great communicator.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions? That's a good one.
Um, is how do you feel about one-tricking characters?
Totally fine.
Fine. Okay.
Totally fine. Yeah. You might be demanded to learn new characters, but having the capability to learn a character really, really well and then move on as necessary is totally fine.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Totally fine.
And I think that's all the questions.